Oh, goody. I have unlimited time because I have some things I want to talk about today. The first of, I broke my phone screen again. This time it's down the other end so it does not affect the camera. Thank you, God. Because I'm so accident prone. I've been looking all over the place for a protection case for my. I can't find one. I should have went on Amazon. I wonder if they have one. Too late. It's a really good thing that when I first bought this phone, I don't know how many years ago, 3 now, um, I bought the OtterBox. I wasn't really doing any videos. I didn't have a tripod. You know, that's the problem. Once you put it in a case, you got to take it all out again, and you got to, so I was coming down the stairs with my purse, getting ready to go somewhere. I don't know when that was, and was it to the grocery store? I think so. Yes. You know what I hate about it? It's all shreds on the bottom, and it's hurting my finger when I. But anyway, so and I wanted to look on the cooler because I'm trying to replace the screws. Like, I don't know what the heck happened to it. Mike and Maggie, God bless their hearts, whenever they borrow anything, you know, it came back with no screws. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm like, how does that happen? I mean, all 3 or 4 of them are just gone. Okay, so I'm looking to replace the screws, right? So I got purse in one hand, phone in the other. I'm trying to move the cooler, which is sitting out on my stuff, and God bless their hearts. Maggie, if you're watching this, you know I love you to death. It's just really funny how accident. And I could tell you a million different stories about Michael and stuff. He's just, I don't know. Him and stuff just don't, yeah. Anyway, so, I'm trying to maneuver, and the darn thing slips out of my hand, hits the concrete right on the corner, right? That's all it took. Shattered the screen. Thank God it did not shatter it there. My camera is safe and sound. And so when I first bought the phone, and the guy said, well, we have a protection plan for $7.95 a month. I'm like, yeah, what does it protect? Everything. Sold. Sign me up. So, we've been paying that $8 a month well, my son Michael pays for my phone bill. Bless his heart. He put me on his plan, and he never asks me for the money. He says it's the least he could do for his mother. Oh, anyway, so thank God, but it's a hassle. The last time it took weeks for me to settle it with them. I knew it wasn't just the screen. The thing was damaged, and they were like, can you take it up 100 miles from your home? No, I can't. So what I'm going to try, I don't know what to do with this time. Look, I can't, I'd have to send it to get obviously they could replace the screen. That's all it needs. But it's just going to be a hassle. I need my phone. They don't give you a replacement. Now, the kids have a Samsung 6. And I wonder if I can transfer all my passwords. I have them saved on my phone. And I don't remember them. Some of them I've written down in my notes, which is also in my phone. I hate writing. I hate writing because of my hand. It hurts. It hurts to write. It's, I'm holding the pen and I'm like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy to type either. Sorry about the word ain't. Don't say ain't, your mother will faint, all that. So if you're from my generation. But anywho, yeah, enough about my phone. What's the other thing? Oh, ads in my videos. YouTube. I picked only skippable ads, never in the middle, and that's it. And it's bad enough that one of my subscribers is telling me they're longer than a movie. I'm sorry, I have no control over it. So I looked it up on YouTube, and basically the only way I can stop ads popping up in the middle of my video. Why would they do that when I said no? they do what they want. They're the platform. You can pick and choose all you want, but they do what they want. So I guess from what I understand, I haven't seen it myself because I'm too busy to go back and look at my videos. They're putting ads now in the middle of my videos, the non-skippable ones. I wonder if they're paying me for it because I never said I agreed. Darn it. Anyhow, the only way to get rid of those now is to demonetize the entire video. Never mind. I won't say what I'm really thinking. I don't know. You know, everybody says this and everybody says that. Oh, no, you can pick and choose. You can. No, you can't. No, you can't. Don't believe it. Okay. The other thing that I was thinking about is I believe I've lost at least one subscriber because talking about God and the Bible. So disclaimer, I'm about to talk about God and the Bible. And believe me, I got to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you, all right? This isn't easy for me. I'm stubborn as a mule. It's crap wells up from my heart every now and then, and it's like, I don't want to believe in God. I'd rather be a pagan. It would be easier. When you accept God, when you try to imitate the Christ, it's a lot of work. It isn't easy. Deny yourself. Pick up your cross and follow me. I don't want to pick up a cross. I want to go on Easy Street. Is there a song about Easy Street? I can't think of one offhand. Anyhow, so I was looking at, I look at YouTube too, don't forget. And there's all these inspirational videos that have been popping up. I swear they hear me. I swear they know what I'm doing. And they keep popping up stuff like they know my mind. Creepy. Artificial intelligence. Dun, dun, dun. And so I'm looking, and I really liked this Psalm 55:22. Is that what it is? Come on here. Yeah, Psalm 55:22. And I use BibleHub.com. I'm not getting paid by them or anything, but I like BibleHub.com because, like, you look up a verse there and they give you like a million different translations so you can find the one you like best. I like that. And I gotta say, even though I never cared for the NIV, I think I like their translation best for this particular verse. So Psalm 55:22 in the New Living says, "Give your burdens to the Lord, and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip and fall." I always cringe when I hear the word godly or righteous because I don't feel like either one of those. You know what I'm thinking, God. You know what's in my mind, and I do not feel godly and righteous a lot of days. I was the vengeance girl. I was the one who wanted to take a spray can and paint on a neighbor's driveway. ASS, and you know the rest, 4 letters. Because we had moved into this neighborhood. We were just renting for the winter. It was a beautiful home. Oh my gosh, it's the most lovely home in a place called Fairway Oaks in Hudson, New Hampshire. It was the time that at Hudson, Florida. I'm so sorry. Why am I thinking of New Hampshire? Because I want to go home. Hudson, Florida, Fairway Oaks, and we were on International Drive. And it was the time that some madman in Florida was shooting tourists in rest areas. And so tourists stopped coming. So this house that this particular rental agency always rented out, They gave us the home for like $800 a month, and that was way back when. Okay, Rachel was only 11, and now she's going to be 41. So you do the math, and but I mean, this was drop dead gorgeous, screened in pool, 2 living rooms, 4 bedrooms. It was gorgeous, all furnished, big kitchen. Ah, I loved that place. I felt like I was in paradise for 6 months. And what was I trying to say? Oh, so my kids would ride their bicycles, and they'd go in the street a little bit. And normally, normal people would slow down when they see children. This guy would speed up and try to run my children over. I swear to you. He was an older, fat guy with a bad attitude. And so my husband went to talk to him about it. And he had a gun belt on, which he had to extend with string because he was so round. He was wearing a piece when my husband went to talk to him. And he was a nasty, nasty human being. And I was just full of rage at that time, and I'm not quite sure why, but I get that way. And I said, I'm getting a can of spray paint, and I'm going to spray paint across his driveway the name I wish to call him. Because I knew, there wasn't anything he could do as long as nobody caught me doing it. And I was going to, dress all in black, and I kind of like, what do you call those? I don't know. I can't remember what you call them. They paint their face black, and they, have all black clothes on and crawl along the ground. I don't know. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That's the kind of heart I have, okay? There's nothing godly righteous in me, okay? I'm just going to be upfront and honest with you. I can have a very black heart, and I want revenge. If God's not going to do it, well, by George, I'm going to do it. And Dennis talked me out of it, of course. And I'd get so mad when he would talk me out of my plans. I'm like, you sissy. Yep, I was a crazy person. One time, this is awful, and I'm going off on a tangent. I just want to talk about, I don't feel like I deserve God's grace, okay? I'm a crazy person. And when I had my monthly moons, the ladies, you know what I'm talking about, I'd really get crazy. It was scary. So this little terrorist in another area of Florida, a very bad area that we had to live in one winter because it's all we could find, it was affordable. So we went there. It's kind of like the Moon Lake, but only it was closer to town in Newport Richey, Florida. Moon Lake has a very bad reputation, and it's funny that God bless you if you're one of the subscribers who said, "Oh, I saw a house for sale for only $50,000 in Moon Lake." Yeah, you know why? Because crazy people like me live there. So no, don't suggest that. So so we're living in this really bad part of town, and my kids just wanted to go down to the little creek and just walk there. And this neighborhood bully came, and he ended up beating up my poor daughter Rachel, a nice, brave young man. And when I saw him, and it was that time of month, he said something to me, and I said, "You SOB," and I started running down the road after him. You should have seen him go. I said, "You better run, you little you-know-what." I said, because when I catch up to you, I'm going to beat you to death. I'm screaming this while I'm running down the road as fast as my fat little legs could take me. That's Nikki Page, okay? I know a lot of you are going to be laughing, but there's no righteousness here, okay? Anything Any forgiveness I get is not earned. I can guarantee you that. But of course, I'm older now and I can't run, and I know he'd be able to beat me to a pulp. But I was just so full of rage, and I was stronger then, believe me. I'd been working hard all my life, and with Dennis, and before that I was always labor, and yeah, that's my story. I can't believe these stories are coming back to light. When I think of a dark heart, that's what I think of. You know what? It's always, I want to get back. I want to get back. It was hard. It was hard when I was being targeted by a couple of this woman that I've started to use as my mentor. I was being tormented as being kind of like her, only, they'd call me little or baby and that person. And I wanted, if I could find that little, I'd like to beat him senseless. I'm too old. So I don't like bullies. I don't like oppressors, okay? And yeah, I'd like to rid the world of them. That's how I feel. If I were God, I'd strike him with lightning 3 times in a row, just to make sure he knew who was talking. So, folks, it's a really good thing I'm not God, because there's no mercy in here. No, not when I feel oppressed, and not when I feel people are doing serious harm and wrong to others. It didn't really bother me that somebody was tormenting me and maligning my name. It was when I saw all the other women that he was doing this to. Women who were obese, women who were disabled. What kind of a human being does that sort of thing so sure? I'd like to string somebody up like that and poke them with a cow prodder, the electric ones. That's Nikki. So I'm just being honest. So, did I read the Bible verse yet? In the New Living, it said, give your burdens to the Lord and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip and fall. Yes, I said the word godly, and in other translations it's righteous, and I don't feel like either one. I just want to get that clear right here and now. I don't ever feel godly, and I don't feel righteous. I'm not the pious type, clearly. And I thought about Dennis, When I pushed it out of my mind, it was like, I know God did not hold my husband's taking his own life against him. I just know that instinctively, but I wasn't sure why. And then, I was scrolling through YouTube, and there was this preacher who was talking about suicides. Does God forgive a suicide? And he said something really profound, so basically simple, but so profound. He said, if a person was saved through grace, grace doesn't stop with whatever last action you took in your life. You're forgiven. You're forgiven for anything you did before and anything you will do. Does that mean we should go out there and, decide to take out every butthead? No, I think there's a point in which God will hold you accountable. I remember this one preacher telling me about it was a conference, this little Bible conference. My Uncle Andrew, he had a church in Somersworth, New Hampshire. It's there to this day. It used to be on the farm, and then he sold the farm because the taxes went up to like $20,000 a year, and he couldn't do it anymore. So he sold the farm, and because it became a commercial property, and to this day the farm pond is behind the Home Depot and Target on High Street, Somersworth. You could go there if you live in that area and see the beautiful little farm pond. Breaks my heart, but I have pictures of it in the memory in my heart. But so this preacher had come to and we used to have guest speakers and stuff, and he said, he read that verse about some of the saints, it'll look like they just made it through the flames. And he talked about that. And he said some of us are going to have charred fringes on our gowns. You know, when we're in heavenly places, our reward is crowns and the robe that you would wear. And the robe will tell a story of your faithfulness and your deeds. And mine's going to be crisp right up to my knees, I'm afraid. But that's okay. As long as I get one, I'm good. And I just think about that sometimes when I think about grace. That we're not going to be perfect. Be ye therefore perfect as your Father. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. I mean, you know, oh, but you know, you can let the Holy Spirit and Christ in you. I don't know, you know, I get all that. I know we're supposed to strive for that, but I got to tell you something. Once you hit your 60s, you realize I'm probably not going to reach that till I'm on my deathbed. I feel Dennis reached that, you know, that kind of spiritual perfection in his suffering. His mother used to tell him, he was a sickly little boy most of his childhood, and his mother was a very devout Catholic Christian, and she'd say to him, offer your suffering up to Christ, Denny. Offer your suffering up to Christ. And I remember that day that he stood in that doorway of his bedroom, and he had no shirt on, and he was just skin and bones, you know, like the skin was just hanging right off. He had barely any flesh left. And he said, with such a serious look on his face, I want you to know I never lost faith for 1 second, regardless of what you see here and what I've been through. I never stopped believing. I know, Denny, I know. You were faithful to God to the end. And I definitely believe when he took that gun, he apologized to the Lord first and said, I'm sorry, I just can't go through this. And if you can't take me in my sleep, which he'd ask for every night, please, Nikki, he'd say, pray that I die in my sleep. He knew what was coming. And he didn't want to go through that, and I don't blame him. I don't. And so, you know, there's that Bible verse that says, you being evil, give good gifts to your children. How much more good is God in his gifts to us? And I know, without a doubt, that if your loved one took their own life, God's merciful. We wouldn't hold against a person they're suffering mentally, physical, or both. Why would God? He's not just the mean bad guy up there, ready to strike somebody 3 times with lightning like I would. No, he's faithful and just, merciful. And he asks us to be merciful. So I got to try to have mercy on my own self. And that's the hardest one to have mercy on, right? Is us. Ourselves, because I know how much I fall short of the glory of God, believe me. And I just, you know, count on that new day and that time when I'm going to be different. I'm going to be different in body, mind, and spirit. The renewing of everything. Meanwhile, I'll do my best here on earth. And believe me, I'm just, sometimes I wake up and like, I'm sick of YouTube. I don't care. I'm not ever making another video again. I'm shutting down my channel. And then I remember all of you good people, and you're counting on me. And God might have this just to entertain somebody for 10 minutes, or maybe to give somebody hope, or maybe somebody will say, wow, you know, I feel that way about me too. It's just nice to hear that I'm not alone. I think that's kind of what I'm here for, so that no, you're not the only sad person, crazy person, angry person. You got company. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm gonna lose a ton of subs, and I was like, you know what, whatever, because I want to talk about spiritual things. And I'll be darned if instead of losing, I might have lost one or two, but I've gained 71 in the last 28 days. And that reminds me that I need to go look at the new subscribers and thank them. I haven't thanked you by name yet, but I'm gonna. And I want to thank you right now anyway. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you find some value here. I've talked too long. 25 minutes. My videos are getting longer. I was trying to do it, little short ones, but I gotta talk sometimes, and so that's where I'm at this morning. So thank you so much, and thank you for those of you who endure those ridiculous commercials. Everything from, I don't know, intestinal backup to I have no control. I can't pick and choose. I mean, I guess I could start looking at who's doing what in my videos, and then go into the studio, and I think that you can say, I don't want this, and that, but they might do it anyway. It's YouTube. They have control. I'm too tired. My head feels like it's going to blow up. You want to see why? Look. Postcards. There are postcards everywhere, and I'm trying to go through paper and figure and sort this out, and more postcards. And the worst part of it is there's even more postcards, boxes and boxes and boxes of postcards. I'm trying to make as much out of it as I can so that I don't waste and I don't lose out on what could be backup funds for me. But I'm telling you, what it's going to cost me to go up there, sometimes I don't want to do it. I don't know. You know what? The answer will come because of that lovely Psalm 55:22, was it? Come on up. 55:22. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope you found value in this, and if you didn't, you can leave. I won't hold it against you. I love you no matter what, okay? And I'm not going to apologize because I'm going on a spiritual journey. This is who I am, good, bad, or ugly, and I always said to you, I'm sharing it all, and that's where I am today, and it's hard, and maybe I do these videos to remind me that this is where I need to stay at mentally and spiritually, so I don't go off on some horrible trail of, insanity, which is easy to do in this world. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and I love you. Mwah! Bye.